A new virus outbreak is spreading really fast, and investors around the world are just starting to panic, just little by little. But this time, it's not COVID. It's rare. It's Hantavirus strain linked to an international cruise outbreak. So now, government says the risk is still low, but financial markets don't wait for certainty. They react to fear. History shows us something important. Sometimes the biggest economy crashes being just with a health scare nobody talks seriously at first. Today, we can break this down, what this new virus is actually, why investors are just nervous day by day. On one side, it's just war, and on another side, a new virus. And how stock markets could really react to this when it will really become like a crazy news all around the world. And the shocking global ripple effect that may just fall like domino effect. Now, the virus makes headlines is a strain of hantavirus. Unlike most hantavirus experts believe, this is probably one may spread between humans under certain conditions. The outbreak reportedly began abroad and international cruise ships, creating immediate concern among the health agencies worldwide. They're trying to create the vaccines for this. For me, it seems everything planned. Now, here's the important part. Officials are not saying this is another COVID-level pandemic, but the markets are already paying attention very closely because the world economy is very fragile right now, and inflation is still very high in many countries around the world. Debt levels are enormous, especially in Europe, in America, in the UK, and the global supply chain never fully recovered after a last pandemic. So that means even a moderate outbreak could create a major economic shockwave around the world. Now, financial markets, they hate uncertainty. You got to know this. The moment investors hear this new virus, international spread or travel restrictions, money start moving very, very fast. Here's what actually happens. Airline and travel stock fall first. Investors, they fear, they cancel flights, lower tourism, and reduced consumer spending. Companies connected to cruises, hotels, and tourism, often they crash first. Oil prices, they drop. But in this scenario, I don't know, because virus, on the other hand, war, we don't know what's going to happen, because a lot of people they're telling in 2026 this time the crash will be very severe. So for example, if they travel less, the world uses kind of like less fuel. That's how the oil prices will just go low. So but that hurts energy companies and oil exporting countries especially. Now, investors, they rush into the safe assets. That's one of the most common thing when these kind of outbreak happens. And what happens with that? The money floods into gold, government bonds, and sometimes cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Fear changes every single thing. And don't wait for this big pandemic, because we saw in COVID-19 how the world was reacting, and then the entire world market just crashed instantly. The real danger may not be the virus itself. It may be what happens if countries start restricting movement again. Imagine the factories slowing down, the shipping delays, workers staying in home, ports operating at reduced capacity. That means the higher prices, shortages, slower production, and economic slowdown. So we saw this during COVID-19, and this might happen again, but in more severe position, because even we got war, on the other side we got virus. Now, one disruption in Asia affected stores in Europe and America within weeks. So now imagine that happening again while economies are suddenly. Now imagine that happening again while economies are already weak in 2026. The financial system could feel massive pressure if this honestly comes true. Now, in a lot of scenarios, we see the stock markets, sometimes we see a lot of winners and even see a lot of losers. If fear grows in the market, some industries may collapse temporarily. And this is true because we saw the same pattern in COVID-19, but this time it will be much severe because we have war going and even the virus. And a lot of losers will be like airlines, cruise companies, hotel, entertainment industry, and luxury retailers. So possible winners in this will be pharmaceutical companies, for sure. Biotech firms, medical equipment makers, cybersecurity companies, remote work technology. These will be on the top positive side. During the crisis period, investors rotate money fast than you can ever imagine. So the smartest trader don't ask, is the news scary or not? They just react to the news, and that's how they capitalize much as possible. Now, on all this, how the governments will react. The governments around the world are watching very closely this virus, especially. So if cases rise quickly, we could see airport screenings, travel advisories, quarantine policies, probably, we don't know, emergency stimulus plan, or central bank interventions. And here where's the market becomes extremely sensitive, because governments learn during the COVID-19 that pandemic spread faster than they could ever imagine. Now, one major headline can erase trillions of dollars from global markets in hours. Now, social media amplifies fear instantly because of the social media pace. In 2026, the market could honestly change within seconds. So the algorithm tradings react in milliseconds. This creates violent market swings instantly. So this could be probably a global recession with this virus. Can be possible? Yes, it can be. We never know. Right now, experts are not predicting a global slowdown, because that's what they were predicting at the same thing in the COVID-19 and the same pattern even now. But economists worries about something else, a fragile world economy hit by another unexpected shock. So this could be it. We don't know, but better we just protect our capital. So that combination can trigger recession fears, banking stress, consumer panic, and market crashes instantly. The danger is psychological as much as medical. So if people stop spending, businesses just slow down. If businesses slow down, what happens? The market falls. So once fear takes over, the cycle feeds by itself. So the next few weeks will be very critical. So health officials says risk remains limited for now. For now, that's what they said in COVID-19. But investors everywhere, they're just watching this very carefully, because in today's connected world, a virus outbreak is no longer just a health story. It's a financial story. It's an economic story. So, and potentially a global shock story for every country. So if you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe for more and more videos like market, economic risk, emerging world events, and comment down in the comment section, what do you think where the world is going, and what do you think if this happens, how the world will react. Thank you. See you in the next video.